Julius Caesar, rise of the Roman legend. In ancient Rome, a young boy named Julius Caesar was born into a family that wasn't the richest or most powerful. But that didn't matter to Julius. From a very young age, he had big dreams, dreams of becoming the greatest leader Rome had ever seen. His eyes sparkled with ambition, and he often imagined himself leading armies, exploring new lands, and winning the love of his people. Even as a boy, Caesar knew that to achieve greatness, he would have to face many challenges and risks. Growing up, Julius learned about the mighty Roman Empire, how it stretched across many lands, and how the Roman army was feared by all. He spent hours watching soldiers train, hoping that one day he too would wear the shining armor of a Roman general. His family, the Julii, had noble roots, and though they weren't the wealthiest in Rome, they were proud. Julius would need more than pride, though, if he wanted to rise through the ranks of Roman society. As he got older, Caesar's first test of courage came when his father passed away, suddenly. It was a heavy blow, but instead of giving up, young Caesar saw this as a sign to grow stronger. At the age of 16, he began to involve himself in the political world of Rome. He wasn't just any teenager. He was bold, fearless, and incredibly clever. He quickly understood that in Roman society, you either rise to power or risk being forgotten. And Julius had no intention of being forgotten. Around this time, a man named Sulla had become the most powerful ruler in Rome, holding the title of dictator. Caesar was already showing signs of defiance, and when Sulla declared himself in control, Julius made a brave decision to oppose him. It was dangerous, and Sulla noticed Caesar's defiance. Rather than silence him, Sulla famously said, "In this young man, there are many Caesars," predicting that Julius would one day become a significant threat. Julius was forced to leave Rome for a time, but this only strengthened his resolve. During his time away, Caesar became a soldier. He fought bravely in several battles, gaining the respect of his fellow soldiers and commanders. One of the most exciting stories from this period is when Caesar was captured by pirates. Yes, real pirates who roamed the Mediterranean Sea. They demanded a ransom for his release, but instead of begging or being scared, Caesar laughed at them. He told them they were asking for too little money and insisted they raise the ransom, showing how confident he was in his value. While waiting for the ransom to be paid, Caesar joked with the pirates, promising them that once he was free, he would return to capture them and have them punished. The pirates thought he was bluffing, but as soon as Caesar was released, he raised a small fleet, hunted them down, and kept his word. This fearless act only added to his growing reputation as a leader who wasn't afraid of anything or anyone. When Caesar finally returned to Rome, he began his rise to political power. He knew that Rome's future lay in both its military strength and political cunning. He quickly made friends with powerful leaders like Pompey and Crassus, forming what became known as the First Triumvirate, an alliance that would help him climb to the top of Roman politics. But Caesar wasn't content with just politics. He wanted to expand Rome's empire and bring new lands under its control. One of Caesar's greatest achievements was his conquest of Gaul, modern-day France. Leading the Roman army, Caesar showed incredible bravery, strategy, and leadership. He fought in difficult battles, often against overwhelming odds, but he never backed down. The Roman soldiers loved him because he fought alongside them, sharing in their hardships and victories. Caesar's success in Gaul made him one of the most powerful men in Rome, but not everyone was happy about his growing influence. Back in Rome, tensions were rising. The Senate, the group of powerful politicians who ruled Rome, began to fear Caesar's power. His old ally, Pompey, turned against him, and soon Caesar found himself facing an impossible decision: surrender his army and face possible arrest, or defy the Senate. In one of the most famous moments in Roman history, Caesar made his choice. He crossed the Rubicon River with his army, a small river that marked the boundary of Rome's control. By crossing it with his army, Caesar effectively declared war on Rome. "The die is cast," he said, knowing there was no turning back. A civil war erupted between Caesar and Pompey, and once again, Caesar's brilliant military mind led him to victory. Pompey was defeated, and Caesar returned to Rome as the undisputed leader. The people of Rome loved him, He was declared dictator for life, the most powerful man in all of Rome. But not everyone was happy with Caesar's rise. A group of senators believed that Caesar was becoming too powerful, and they feared he would destroy the Republic, the system of government that had ruled Rome for centuries. Led by his friend Brutus and others, they secretly plotted to kill Caesar. Despite warnings from several people, including a mysterious soothsayer who told him to beware the Ides of March, March 15th, Caesar dismissed the danger. On the fateful day of March 15th, 44 BC, Caesar walked into the Senate, unaware of what awaited him. The conspirators attacked him, stabbing him multiple times. In his final moments, Caesar saw his friend Brutus among the attackers. "Et tu, Brute," he said, which means, "And you, Brutus." Caesar was shocked, not just by the betrayal, but by the fact that it came from someone he trusted. With that, Caesar fell, and Rome would never be the same again. Though Caesar's life ended that day, his legacy didn't. His death led to the fall of the Roman Republic and the rise of the Roman Empire, with his adopted heir, Octavian, becoming the first emperor of Rome. Julius Caesar's ambition, bravery, and leadership had changed the course of history forever.